morning and thank you for joining us. Today is Thursday, January 6th. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris and meteorologists Ed Matthews and Christian Morgan. Welcome to After GMS.
Yes, double duty with the meteorology team because we're tracking another bout of potential winter weather tonight, but nothing like we saw earlier this week.
No, not at all like we saw earlier this week. And this is really starting to trend to be more of just a cold rain event tonight and through early Friday morning. Right now, of course, no issues across the Triad as you take a live look over downtown Greensboro. Temperatures out the door this morning in the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees for pretty much all of us. 36 right now in Asheboro, 38 in Greensboro, 37 Winston-Salem, 39 in Lexington, just above the freezing mark, 33 in Reedsville, 32 in Martinsville, and 36 up in Danville, Virginia as well. On our way to the low 50s this afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds, but as we head later into the evening hours, our clouds will start to thicken up and then we'll see that chance to see a few showers start to move in. This is going to be a quick shot of rain, and yes, there's the chance there's a couple wet snowflakes in that. Of course, right now the radar is quiet. Zooming out on a wider view, where is our system right now? Well, it's out over the deep south, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and actually some snow moving through Tennessee. This is going to be a big snow producer for those folks out in Tennessee, but not for us. We have a cold front sliding by today, but we don't really notice it. It's a dry cold front. Then meanwhile, area of low pressure tracks along that front brings us that moisture tonight and early tomorrow morning. Again, this is really trending to be more of a cold rain. It's in and it's out of here by about 2 or 3 a.m. And honestly, the better chance for that snow is going to be along the North Carolina-Virginia border. So if you're in the Triad, not something I'd stay up late or get up early to see. And in fact, honestly, by the time you wake up and the sun starts to come up, well, we're likely all done with rain. We do drop into the 20s overnight, so we need to watch for anything, any water, any moisture that remains on the roads will likely freeze, and that could make for some slick spots for your Friday morning travel to work and school. So here on our little map, you can really tell where the better chance for that snow is going to be. Yes, some wet flakes can mix in, mainly north of I-40. I think around I-40, Triad, and south, it's mainly just a cold rain event. And actually, not a lot of rain. The bigger issue for us is not going to be whether we see snowflakes or not. It's going to be if there are slick spots on the road for Friday morning. Of course, that's something we'll be keeping an eye on, and we'll keep you updated on that as well. Then, as we head throughout your Friday, it easily is our coldest day of the season so far. We have sunshine, highs only in the 30s, but with our wind, well, it'll feel like it's in the 20s and teens for most of the day. Then we drop down to around 20 degrees on Saturday morning. Good possibility we make it down into the teens. It would be the first time in over a year. December 26th, the day after Christmas, we got down to 16 degrees that morning. That was the last time we were below 20 degrees in the Piedmont. Saturday's a cold day of weather too, with sunshine and low 40s. Upper 40s on Sunday. We'll get another shot at some rain Sunday night and heading into the first part of the second week of 2022. But it's clearing out for Monday. We are dry and we are cold for next week.
So let's get your weather questions answered today. We know there are some differences between the weather we could get tonight and what we saw on Monday, where some places, even in Winston-Salem, got more than 2 inches of snow.
Yeah, we played out in the snow Monday. We had enough on the ground. It was fun to be off for the first snow of the season and the year, about an inch more or less. That was enough for me. I really didn't need to see any more, but I know it's only January and more is possible. But what about you? Did you hit your snow limit, or do you want more snow? A lot of people are responding in our feed, which is exactly what you want to do. But let's go over some of the answers that we got on my Facebook page. Tina said, I hit my snow limit. Angela said, blizzard, please. Oh my goodness. Carol said, this is Carol Davis, by the way. She said at least 6 inches or more. So maybe all Carols in the Triad love multiple inches of snow.
Evidently.
Right. We're talking about our friend Carol Harris, who's usually on the feed.
She is.
And requesting snow. Lori said, my snow limit would preferably be none, which was my snow limit pre-children who like to play in it. But now that 1 inch was enough for them.
Yeah.
They were worn out, and so I was worn out, and I was like, okay, we're done. But maybe not.
By the way, Carol is on the feed now.
Oh, is she?
She said she is still in New York, but we know her answer, and she put a snowflake emoji. She is always asking for snow. She's been asking Christian and Ed for snow since July. So
Listen, Carol's great because I got to have somebody in my corner.
Yeah. All right, so since you started, Christian, let's talk about your snow hopes. You were one of the first to respond to my Facebook question and asking for more.
I did. You
Yeah.
asked if I'd had enough snow, and I said more, right? I love it. Monday was great because it was a quick snow. It was in and out of here. It didn't really cause us any problems. It was so beautiful to see it falling. But I would like one that sticks a little longer, that sticks around for a couple days, maybe 5-6 inches.
Wow.
I'd be happy with that. We'd be done.
Jeez.
Okay, Ed had a huge reaction to that.
I'm trying to temper my reaction to that comment from Christian. I agree with Christian. Now, Monday was an Ed snow. Okay, it really was. Some areas got upwards of 2 inches of snow. Christian mentioned Winston-Salem. Here in Greensboro, about an inch. It was a beautiful snow. By mid to late morning, the snowflakes were big. It was like Mother Nature was having a big pillow fight up there. And, just about the right amount. And it didn't hang around very long. For the most part, the roads were just wet. And so that's really my kind of snow. Now, as far as reaching the limit, yeah, one snow's enough for me, But I do like the situations where we have snow falling and it melts and it doesn't cause any problems. And I know a lot of you snow nerds out there are probably thinking, Ed, can't you be a little bit more into it?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, Christian's thinking that, right? And I don't mind it. I kind of take it as it comes. A 3 or 4 inch snow would be okay. As far as it hanging around for a while, it gets dirty, it gets ugly. It changes from white to all different colors. And so that's when I don't like it. I just love to see snow falling out of the sky. That's what I really, really enjoy. So Monday was a great day.
You know what else is really nice about a good few inch snow is at night, if it's on the ground, it's so quiet and it's so peaceful after that snow falls. And a lot of people think, well, it's just because the snow fell and you get that feeling. But honestly, the sound waves, it kind of muffles some of the sound. So when you have a nice even snow on the ground on a cold winter night, it's just calm and peaceful and so nice.
Yeah. Unless you have a dog and you're out early and you hear crunch, crunch,
Right.
on the snow. All right, Megan, how about you? Was this a Megan snow Monday?
Yes, it was an inch or less, which is the kind of snow I like. But honestly, having kids, as Tracy mentioned, changes your perspective. My 2-year-old absolutely loved playing in the snow on Monday morning. So for him, I would love for him to have the chance to have another snowfall or two this year, to be able to get the snowsuit back on, the boots back on, and play in the snow, preferably at a time when I'm not working, because I enjoyed all the pictures and videos my husband sent when he was out playing with him, because he works from home when he's not traveling. But I would love to have that experience too. So give us a good snow on a weekend, please, guys.
Hey, these are very specific demands. And there are also people who have some very high hopes on our feed right now. So I asked, have you reached your limit or do you want more? Gerald said more. So I needed specifics and I got them. He said at least a foot or more.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot
foot.
of snow. Yes, that's what Christian wants too. Faye said she wants more real snow, not just in the air. So she wants a big, thick, sticking snow, as us here in the South like to say, thick, sticking snow.
Thick sticking.
Exactly. And you and Carol are having a great rapport here, Christian, as the snow lovers here on our feed about, just your hopes for snow. But a lot of people kind of say, between Joyce, who said, I want more, I love it, to, I just lost her name. Oh, Joanne, who said, one reason we moved to North Carolina was warmer weather. So I think that she has reached her limit.
Joanne enjoyed December.
Yeah. This was the kind of snow where I know we got a little bit more than we initially anticipated in some parts of the triad, but it was nice because it stuck to the ground enough to let the children play in it. But with roads, even though we did see some issues early in the morning, those were mostly due to rain, not exactly the snowfall, because the ground was too warm for it to freeze to the roads. And so that was the good part in all this. We could enjoy it without worrying about travel issues.
And if we didn't have the wind that we had the night before, maybe we wouldn't have the power outages that we had. Thankfully, we kept power. But, you know, our youngest, I don't know why, I just didn't get him a snowsuit. I was thinking, you know, La Nina, we won't get a lot of snow, so I'm not going to. So he was inside while the bigs, which is what we call the older kids, Josiah and Simone, were outside playing in it. And I see these pictures from my husband where the baby's like looking out the window like, oh, I want to play. And so I immediately ordered him a snowsuit, and it probably won't even snow. But now he won't have to stay in the house.
Exactly. Now you have it.
Exactly.
Until he outgrows it.
Exactly, which could happen next week.
Exactly.
Tell you,
That's what kids do.
Monday's system was really, really weird. I mean, seriously, you know, we had tropical storm force winds that morning and rain that was blowing sideways. It was such, you know, it was not the kind of, you know, nice, even, easy snow. You know, it just starts to snow and it's easy. You know, we had all the wind and all the rain. So we had plenty of issues, you know, that morning, especially with folks losing power, several downed trees. So we had tons of issues Monday morning before the snow even started to fall. That was actually the calm part of the day, right? So hopefully, you know, if we do get another snow, it's able to come in a little calmer and a little quieter than what we started with on Monday.
Yeah. Well, we will see what this winter holds. There's a lot left. And January is typically our snowiest month. So.
And it ends mid-March. When's the last day of winter, guys? Do you know? It's in March, right?
March 21st,
22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometime in March. So yeah, we've got a whole 3 months.
We do. We've seen snow in April before, randomly.
That's true. That's true.
All right, this was a fun first conversation. Our guys will continue keeping you up to speed on the forecast. Make sure you stay with us throughout the day and at noon for those updates. But let's get to our morning headlines now. We have a lot to cover. Well, the city of Greensboro is requiring people to wear masks in city-operated buildings. This applies to all city facilities, including the Greensboro Coliseum, the Aquatic Center, and government buildings like the police department. This takes effect Monday. If the positivity rate continues rising, the city says it will consider implementing additional safety measures. Children ages 12 to 15 can start getting COVID booster shots if they are eligible. The CDC recommended Pfizer booster shots for that age group after the FDA gave emergency authorization earlier this week. So that all essentially means these shots can be administered now. Children in this age group must wait at least 5 months after their second doses before getting those boosters. This move means about 5 million children in the U.S. are now eligible to get boosted.
Guilford County Schools is taking a proactive step to solve transportation problems. Remember, during the first 90 days of the school year, the district received more than 50,000 calls from parents who were frustrated with the bus routes or bus changes and shortages of bus drivers. Our ITN's McMiller is at the Guilford County Schools Administration office with a new resource to help make sure students get to and from school on time.
Well, issues with bus routes, pickup and wait times at the beginning of the school year made some students late to school. But GCS hopes this new up and running call center will improve transportation issues. To keep the wheels turning in a timely manner for its more than 72,000 students, the district partnered with a company called North End Teleservices. So now whenever bus route issues arise, parents can give the contracted company a call. And the district needs the help because they received more than 50,000 calls from parents in the first 90 days of school. And according to GCS, North End is one of the top call center services in the country and is trained in school transportation. Now, agents have access to routes and GPS to help solve problems. Having 13 available representatives will cut call wait times as well. And this will allow them to track trends to see areas where the transportation department can improve. But Superintendent Dr. Sharon Contreras says some issues cannot be resolved through the call center.
It is also possible that we will not have enough bus drivers to provide transportation for all students to and from school. If you can bring your child to school, please do so.
And staff with the helpline can answer questions from 6 a.m. to 11 and 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays. Now the number is on your screen. That's 888-511-4427. And as of now, North End Teleservices will help GCS with their transportation department through the end of the school year.
Well, the city of Greensboro wants everyone to have a safe and warm place to stay overnight. That's why they opened an emergency winter shelter. The Interactive Resource Center runs it in the gymnasium of the First Baptist Church in Greensboro. The warming shelter opens when temperatures in Greensboro get to about 25 degrees or even lower for longer than 2 hours. The shelter will be open again tonight, tomorrow, and possibly even Saturday night when temperatures are very cold. Well, just 6 days into the new year, and 2 people are starting off as multi-millionaires.
It's not me or Ed.
Not me or Tracy.
So no one on here. 2 winning tickets were sold in last night's $632.6 million Powerball drawing.
So to put that in perspective, it's a cash payout of close to $225 million for each winner. So if their New Year's resolution was to make more money, well, they got their wish tenfold. We want to know, have you ever won any cash playing the lottery? Maybe it was the real lottery, the Powerball, it was a scratcher. So while you respond here on the feed, let's look at this. The winning tickets last night were sold in California and Wisconsin. The California State Lottery website said the ticket there was sold at a 7-Eleven in Sacramento. Wisconsin's lottery did not disclose where its winning ticket was purchased.
All right, so this is the first time in more than 3 months that a jackpot winning ticket was sold or purchased. There were 2 $2 million winners, one in Florida, the other was in Georgia, and $1 million winners in 8 other states. But no one in North Carolina won anything, unfortunately. But back to our question, have you ever won any amount of cash playing the lottery? I remember winning $20 immediately on my first scratch off.
Oh, wow.
And then I never won again.
So you started strong.
I started strong, and I probably should have ended. But then I went back and I spent the $20 that I had just won on more tickets. And then none of those were winners. And then I tried for several days after that thinking, you know, I was on a hot streak, and it never just happened for me. My mom, however, always seems to win something. Always.
I used to have really good luck, and I don't anymore. I used to win stuff like that all the time. I won $20 off a scratch off one time, and I haven't won anything up until, well, New Year's. I got a scratch off ticket and won $2.
Hey.
So, you know, I got my money back on that, and then at that point I was finished with it.
I don't think I've ever bought a scratcher ticket, honestly, but I see people buying them at the grocery store, at the gas stations all the time, so maybe I'll have to try it. I love that TV show, $1 Million Dollar Lottery or something.
Yeah, with the houses.
Yes, yeah, where they're searching for houses, and all those people seem to buy or have their riches because of scratcher tickets, like $1 million. And so maybe that's not a bad way to go.
Yeah. How about you, Ed Matthews?
Well, that show you're alluding to is where people win the lottery and then they're looking for a big old fat house somewhere in a absolutely gorgeous part of the world. You know, I'm going to be on that show someday.
Okay.
That's my goal.
In Key West.
In Key West, yeah. Ed looks around the island. You wouldn't have to, I mean, it's not a very big island, but nevertheless, I have seen probably hundreds of houses down there that I would love to have. You know, in order to win, you got to play. And quite frankly, with the exception of maybe buying a couple of big jackpot tickets, I didn't this go round. So that's the reason there were no winners in North Carolina. But you gotta play to win, and I just don't play, and I don't even really have an excuse. I was so excited when the lottery came to North Carolina because we didn't have to go to Virginia to play the lottery, and of course it is a source of income. What they do with that money, I don't really know, but I'm sure it goes to some very beneficial things in the state, but never won anything. I believe my sister, and she doesn't play very much, but every once in a while, maybe a scratch off. I think once upon a time, she won $50. And I want to update everybody real quickly. We talked about this during the Good Morning Show about me buying tons and tons and tons of M&Ms if I were to win the lottery. And then we talked about me buying the Mars Company. Well, it's privately held, okay? It's not a public company. And even if I solely won the lottery, I wouldn't have enough money. That company is worth $94 billion.
Wow.
Good grief.
$94 billion.
Wow. Don't you wish your last name was Mars?
I know. I'm gonna do some checking into my ancestry. There's gotta be another M name there somewhere.
Right. Mars Matthews.
Mars Matthews. That's it.
You have to pick your second favorite candy now.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, if anything, you could buy a lot of stock in that company.
Oh yeah. You could definitely do some stock. Yeah.
Maybe be a part owner.
And there are days where I wish my last name was Hilton or Tyson. Or
Exactly.
Hey, Hines,
Walton,
whatever.
right.
Exactly. Oscar Mayer, I'll go on the list. But, my last name is McCain, and that is, they do have like a line of like French fries and potatoes and junior juices.
Okay.
And
Well,
stuff
that's
like that.
great.
Yeah. But that's not my family. That's another side that I don't belong to.
There's J.P. Morgan, which was the bank we're of no relation.
Exactly. Take claim to that. Yeah. Apparently, there's a really high-end German purse called Malaris, and there is some family tie to it. My uncle, tracked down the ancestry, but I don't even know how to purchase one because online, they're too expensive, and it's in German currency, and I don't know what I'm reading on the instructions.
Right.
But it's kind of cool.
If you charge it, they'll figure it out.
Maybe. I don't know if I want to get the bill.
They'll figure out how to get the money.
So some people have responded because you did ask Megan on here if anybody's ever won the lottery. Was it from a scratch off? And Robin said never won the lottery, but I did in Vegas over $3,000 on a slot machine. That's awesome. I have played the slots before at the airport in Las Vegas, and I won a little bit of cash, but not enough. Carol said I won $20 before. So just to kind of put it in perspective, like how lucky my mom is, she came to visit me at the University of Connecticut one spring, and she was like, I'm just gonna pop in and play the lottery. And I'm like, what? Okay. So she plays the lottery, flies back home. All of a sudden, there's a winner, and not a big winner, but she's like, can you check these numbers for me? I check them. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got like 4 of the numbers. She's like, oh my gosh, I won $5,000, right?
What?
Right. So then she has to call the lottery place. They were like, you have to claim it in person. So she flies back up to Connecticut to claim the prize.
No.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. And I told her, I'm like, listen, that was great and all, and I love seeing you, but is this really, like, what are you doing? Like, is this a thing? is this what we're gonna do every time you come visit me? Like, is this what's happening? But yeah, she always wins something, and I think that was one of her largest prize amounts. Normally it's like 120.
Wow, that's
it's
impressive.
Yeah. I've never won that.
She's a lucky charm.
She is.
The Panthers could use her right about now.
Oh my gosh. I could use her right about now.
All right, let's wrap this up with a look at our final forecast. Snow lovers, you're not going to be so lucky tonight, it turns out.
Yeah, snow lovers, just keep trying. We got a lot more winter to go. Today's going to be actually a nice day. Sun and clouds and lower 50s. Now the cold air really starts to pour in after midnight tonight. So that 60% chance of rain comes this evening, but the rain should be out around 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is going to be a fast-moving system, maybe a few wet snowflakes, but the real concern, and we encourage you to join us on the Good Morning Show tomorrow morning, because after the precip moves out and the sky will likely clear before we come on the air, temperatures are going to really drop behind the system, and with some leftover standing water and temperatures expected to drop to about 26, there could be some icy patches around the Piedmont on Friday morning. So we'll update you on that. Christian will be here to keep you posted. Of course, I'm going to do what I usually do when we have something like this. I just take a day off. No, it's my normal day off, okay? But Christian will be here to take care of you. 37, the high coming up on Friday. The wind will be howling, and it'll feel like it's in the 20s, maybe 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts tomorrow. Down to 20 for Saturday morning, 41 on Saturday afternoon. Now our next system comes our way later Sunday and Sunday night. That looks as though it's just going to be a plain old rain event, and then we turn colder again early next week. And I'm looking ahead at some weather charts for the rest of January, and I think January is going to be kind of up and down temperature wise. I think, you know, we're going to have some cold spots, and then we're going to warm up and get cold again. And hey, what else is new in North Carolina in the winter months?
Yeah. It's a little bit of fall, it's a little bit of winter, it's a little bit of summer.
Yeah. Now, when I say up in the temperature, I'm not talking about, you know, 77 for that record-breaking high that we had last Saturday, but temperatures will moderate, then it'll get cold, moderate again, and get cold. It'll keep us busy in the storm center.
That means Ed will be on vacation.
A lot. Oh, it's going to snow? It's going to snow? Let me put in my leave request now.
You're laughing a little too hard.
Well, you
there,
see, I wouldn't leave if I didn't know that the Piedmont Triad was in great hands with you ladies and also Christian. So, you know, I can leave and know that everybody's in good hands. I'll be here, though, when we have the biggie. Okay? When we have the big snowstorm, I'll be here.
And you'll make sure we have that bread and milk ready to go.
I got the milk and the bread.
Let me just say, I felt so badly for Christian. I woke up, turned on the TV. It was like 6 a.m. and like the wind is like pelting. Yes,
Yeah.
that. Do that again so that we have that on camera.
What? That? That's what it was like. I'm telling you, the raindrops were horizontal.
Oh my God.
They were horizontal. They were all pelting me in the face.
It reminds me of hurricane coverage.
Seriously,
did.
it was. We had tropical storm force winds, 40 and 50 mile. We had some close to 60 mile per hour gusts. Really, that's tropical storm strength.
Wow.
He posted a screenshot of that on his Facebook page, and it's so funny. He's frozen like, ah!
Oh, no.
And you can see the rain just hitting him. Oh, that
I
cold
felt
rain is
so
the worst.
bad.
It was one of those days where, like, the wind, when it hit you, it would literally knock you back, just
Yeah.
because of the cold and because of the wind. And I'll mention that real quick before I know we have to go. It's going to be windy tonight. So, you know, this is going to be one of those things where it may wake you up overnight. Well, we could easily have some 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts tonight, and then tomorrow is windy too. So I know it's been a busy week with a lot going on, but again, we'll have some wind tonight and tomorrow too that we have to, you know, so know that and don't be caught off guard by that.
Might have to find a alternate route in because my normal route goes down a very interesting hill. And if it's like icy out, then I probably
Yeah,
don't
be
want to do
careful
that.
with
So
that.
maybe I'll figure it out.
Take
I
the
had
long
Monday
way.
off. I had Monday off.
All right, thanks so much for watching the Good Morning shows after GMS here live on the News 2 Facebook page. We'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow.
All right, take care, everybody, and have
See
a
ya.
great day.